As a parent or mentor, you have the awesome opportunity to help a young person build a future. So if the future they want is in the military, take the time to learn more at todaysmilitary.com, because their success tomorrow begins with your support today.
This episode is brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. Didn't file with TurboTax last year? That's in the past. Now, Taxes is getting the TurboTax app and filing your own taxes for free if you didn't file with them last year. File by February 18th. All tax forms, all 100% free. Now, this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. New filers and filers who didn't use TurboTax last year only must start and file your own taxes in-app by February 18th. Excludes TurboTax Live. Full terms at TurboTax.com.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, so here's the thing. I always talk about video game development, but I never talk about how to develop a video game, because I cannot call myself a video game developer. I'm not a video game developer. I know absolutely nothing about video game development. So I'm going based off of what would I do, I guess, when that day does, like, I cross that day and I overall want to get into video game development. And so that's what this episode is more so going to be about. But here's the thing, though. Even though I'm not a video game developer, I am still a fan of video games. So when people, that's the thing, I feel like that there are, because people have said this to me before, oh, just because you play a lot of video games, that'll make you an expert in video games. I find that silly. Like I said, I think it was, the last episode or the episode before, whichever, the last episode I talked on video games. That's like telling Triple H he don't know how to run a wrestling business because he's never been in that position of running a business. He's only been a wrestler, but he ain't no business person when it within wrestling. And I find that silly because I'm like, look at it for those that do watch wrestling, look at how good WWE is right now. So that's why I'm like, nah, bruh, the day I know when I do get into video game development, trust me, I'm going to make sure of it that I develop a good video game. But this is how I would overall do it. So let's say, because there's two genres that I would like to make a video game in. It's the shooting genre and racing genres. So I guess with shooting, if I'm making a shooting game, I'm like, okay, what are some key things that need to be added in like day one when this game gets released? All right, so we're gonna have to have some single player content, we're gonna have to have some multiplayer content, PvP, and then we are gonna have to have some co-op content. So I guess how would I overall go about doing that? So I'm a writer. For those that don't know, I will call myself that much. I have been writing ever since I was a kid. So I definitely would write out a story for the story mode in the game. So I guess, yeah, if I'm making a shooter game, then it has to have like a not so much a plot, but like a settings overall, you know? So yes, the game would have to take place in some sort of settings, and that's something that I'm always like looking for is like a realistic military simulator game. So I definitely would start there, because I guess like, yeah, doing stuff where it be all futuristic and I'm trying to come up with future, I guess I could do like a, like, not futuristic, but like kind of like, you know how like there'd be them like Destiny, for an example, where it'd be like games, like some shooting game like that. No, I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to do something along the lines like Arma, but just in a more simpler fashion, because I feel like Arma is one of those games, like maybe the older Armas, but I feel like Arma 3, I know the times when I've gotten into that game, it's been overwhelming. I have it, but it's one of those games that's overwhelming, alright? So anyways, but yeah, I definitely would write out a story. So I probably would have it where it's like, yeah, it's just overall it could be, and that's something that I've never really seen before too, is like a open world military game. So I think I probably would try to do something along those lines. So kind of like how Destiny is, but and more so like out in like the desert or something. So yeah, I just have like some fictional area, fictional war, like it, but it's overall like realistic and stuff. It ain't like you know, oh, it's just like all unrealistic. No, it's like I'll make it as realistic as well, like a kind of like a Simcade, you know. So yeah, I have to say like Simcade games is something that I'm more so familiar with. So I definitely will make it into a Simcade where it's like, okay, I don't want it to be be like on the same scale as like a game like 6 Days in Fallujah, but I want it to look like something like 6 Days in Fallujah. But I want people to also have an easy experience. But I do want them to have it where it's like, oh my god, like this game is intense, like there's stuff going on all over the place, you know? So yeah, I definitely would do that. And then also have it where it's like, you know, okay, we can't make this into it. So my thing is like, if I have the budget to make like a pretty realistic, like I'm saying, like buildings are coming down, walls are being blown up, you know, you shoot somebody, a limb goes flying off. Like I would definitely make sure that the game is very, very detailed. I don't want it to be, I mean, I guess like it could be some like old fashioned shooting game, but that's the thing though, like that is something that I'll see from people is that they don't like that. But I guess if I probably would have that in the settings where it's like, oh, if you want to have the this game have like a old-fashioned nostalgic look, like you loved how like military games looked on the PlayStation 2, fine, sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and throw that in there. It seems like that's something that you never really see. But I mean, I guess like people could just put the game on the lowest settings, but no, overall though, I probably would have like a nostalgic mode where it's like you know, yeah, it's just it's just like nostalgic graphics and just an overall like sounds, all that. So like, yeah, everything would pretty much be changed for that nostalgic mode. And I guess like paying respects to like them old military games from back in the day and stuff. But yeah, overall, I probably would have it where it's set up that way, but in an open world fashion and things. So yeah, something like The Division. And definitely have like a bunch of different vehicles in there, because if I plan on making this a big giant open world area, like I want it to be not as big as the map like the video game Fuel, but I definitely will want it to be on that scale where it's like, okay, there's a lot of different areas to go to. So kind of like, yeah, I guess like I know people will probably be like, bro, you just described the video game Ghost Recon Wildlands. It wouldn't be Ghost Recon Wildlands though. I'm like, I'm not going to do exactly what they did. I'm like, I obviously want this to be my own game. But yeah, it's like if it looks similar or plays like those games, I'm like, that's like saying Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen is like No Man's Sky or X4 Foundation, like, oh, they bit off of the. I'm like, there could be multiple video games in that genre. I'm like, I'm not biting off of people or copying down word for word what they did. I'm like, I'm doing it in my own fashion. So before anybody be trying to come after me and be all like, oh yeah, you just described. Nah, I'm describing my video game. All right, so. But anyways, and I guess the story would overall be, and that's why I probably would have it where it's like you create a character, because that's something that I'm into. I like a video game where you get to create a character, and it like in a way like, yeah, you are following the story, but at the same time it's like I probably would throw that in there too where you can tell your own story. So I'll have it where it'll be because that's something that I like too, is games where decisions that you make within the game, it will like, you know, it'll have like some sort of effect on you. So like if you become, so I probably would have that in there too, where it's like if you kill a lot of the bad guys within the game, it's all like, you know, then it's just a on-site thing. They're gonna like recognize you. It ain't gonna be no stuff where it's all like they gotta like get up on you. Like, no, they're gonna be like, there he is. So I'll probably have it where it starts off where it's like the enemies don't really know you, but by the end of the game it's like, you know, you do build up like a squad of your own and stuff where it's like you got like a some guys that'll like watch your back and things. But yeah, I'll probably have it where it's like, you know, you're a lone soldier just trying to make a name for yourself and things, and then eventually work your way up to being like a high-end ranking soldier and stuff. So I definitely will have it where it's like I'll watch some military movies, take some examples from that. I wouldn't want to take like no ideas and people, but I mean, I guess like maybe some Easter eggs or something. But yeah, definitely do some stuff like that. And then, yeah, have like some, co-op stuff. So yeah, I'll probably have it where it'd be like a wave mode. So if you want to, have like a PvE mode where it's like you could play with friends, then yeah, I'll probably have like a wave mode where it's like you and some friends get trapped in an area. Then it's like you take out all the guys there. Then I'll probably throw it in there where you guys got to drive to another area, take out a bunch of people there. But it's like they're, coming at you in waves and stuff. And then of course, yeah, you know, some PvP action. I know people be liking multiplayer and stuff. So yeah, add that. And if I can't think of no modes to add, then I'll definitely, I'll probably just like put a bunch of different random modes in there. I mean, depending on the map size, like I said, I want it to be like a big scale map. So yeah, probably some Battle Royale, Team Deathmatch, what else? Like Conquest, like where it's like, you know, or yeah, like Capture the Flag, stuff like that. So, and then if I can't think of any things now, just about like, okay, have it where it's mod support. Cause I'm like, that's one thing about it where it's like, if like a fan of your video game has that chance to make something that can like really stand out, that's what I overall want. So I definitely will have it where there's mod support, and I'm like, no, you guys have 100% mod support. That means all areas of the game can be modded and stuff. Well, not multiplayer, of course. I'm like, no, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna play my game, at least have that respect of if you play multiplayer, don't mod it. It's like, just if you suck at the game, then it's okay. Like, you just gotta build your skill up, and then and that's why I will probably have it where it's like a difficulty settings for the story mode, or the campaign mode, where it's like if you want to build your skill up, then it's like, there's areas in that like in that mode where it could do that for you and stuff. So it would be kind of like it's like, so pretty much story mode will probably be like sandbox with the story, where there's a lot of different things that you can do in there, but there's also a story that you can follow and stuff. So anyways, but yeah, I definitely will have it where it's like, definitely I don't want no cheaters. So I will have like the best like cheat like anti-cheat system in the game. So I'm like, nah, bruh, if you out here cheating, you will get banned. Ain't no stuff where it's like, oh, you just be able to, no, you are banned. Okay, so I'm like, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all. So anyways, then then I would just go from there and just see how it overall goes. But yeah, like I said, I will overall have it where it's like there's that mod support where it's like, now it's up to you guys. Like, if you want to, add some different cars, like, let's say you want to add like a Mustang in there, you want to have like a Mustang in the war, you can have that, Dodge Challenger or any other, like, whatever it is that you want to mod into the game, you very well can do that. All right, so but so that would probably be the shooting game. Then the racing game, I definitely have it where it's like same scenario where, well, actually, no. So I with the racing game, so if it had to be different, I mean, I guess I could just add like the racing stuff in the military game, to be honest, because I'm like, dang, I think I just honestly came up with a good video game. I'm saying, like, now thinking about it, I'm like, dang, bro, maybe I should get into video game development. I felt like I just came up with a good game right there. But anyways, but no, if I had to like separate it and do like a racing game outside of it, then I definitely would have it. Because no, actually I was thinking about doing that, using the video game automation, making some cars, and then eventually either for BeamNG.drive or figure out a way where I can like add them cars into like a separate racing game. But no, I was honestly thinking about doing that, was making a line of cars and then making a racing game and stuff. I'm like, I got automation, I know how to go about using that program. So, but yeah, I definitely will have it where I create all the cars and that's another thing. I'm not going to be doing no DLC stuff. I'm like, you buy the game one time, that's it. No DLCs whatsoever. So I'm like, my overall, what I want for this game is that I want it to be as successful as it can be. So I'm like, I guess maybe if I come up with another story, that'll probably be it. Or if I want to add some new enemies, then yeah. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of messed up though to, people buy the game. So that's why I'm like, I would definitely try to figure out the price and stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to just give you guys like, or I've said it before, I'm like, just the whole like tech demo stuff. No, I'm not with that. So it's like, I would definitely, how I would go about developing the games is that I'm like, okay, when I have these modes already, day one, you're playing everything's. It ain't no, you're gonna play some stuff this day, play some stuff that day, and play some stuff the next day. I'm like, no, you guys is playing that stuff day one, all right? So, but anyways, but yeah, getting to the racing game. So I definitely will have it where I create all the cars. I'm like, because I don't know how to go about getting a license, but if I guess if I did want to use like actual real licensed cars like Ford Mustangs, Dodges, and all that other stuff, Chevy, then I'm like, okay, I guess I would, I have to like figure out on how to go about getting the license to use those cars. But yeah, I definitely will have it where it's like, ask people, I'm like, okay, would you guys rather want an open world racing game or in a setting something like Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo, where it's like, it's not open world, it's just, racing around tracks and stuff. So yeah, if the crowd wants, like, I guess if they can't really, it's like a neck and neck thing, and I'm like, all right, then for now, I'm just gonna kind of test the waters out and see how it is with the kind of like the Forza Motorsport settings, and then down the road, then I'm like, yeah, then I'll probably end up doing a open world settings of the video game, of a racing game. and then just see how it goes from there. But yeah, I definitely will have it where it's a story, multiplayer, some fun modes, because I remember Forza Motorsport, they had like soccer, so I'm like, I definitely do some stuff like that. I guess like for the open world one. For the another one, I'll probably have like some challenges in there where I'm like, oh, you gotta like race the car backwards or something like that, or it's I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think of some other stuff that you can do and things, like maybe have it where it's like, oh, your driver gotta get out of the car and push it down the road and stuff. So I'm like, I would definitely have it where it's like, it's a racing game that feels refreshing and different. It ain't no like, oh, it's like, bruh, it's just another type of racing game. So yeah, I'll definitely have it where it's like, you can, if you want to like work on the car. So yeah, that's something that I also do like, is games like Car Mechanic Simulator. So I'll probably add like some mechanic feature in there where it might be a little bit small, like it ain't like some deep in depth, kind of like Car Mechanic Simulator, but it's your character can like walk up to the engine and it's like fix parts of the engine, hold down, then it's just kind of like a little cutscene of your character working on the engine. It's like you want to change out some stuff, you very well could do that. Like it'll be like a part that gets ordered in, you get bumper, you walk the bumper up to the car, put it on there and stuff. So yeah, I'll have it where it's like some simplified stuff, but yeah, overall I will have it where it's like, there's some challenges where it's like, okay, there's a storm happening, so it's all like, be careful because lightning might strike in the middle of the road. So I'll probably have some stuff like that, have it where it's there's it's foggy, so it's like, it's gonna be a little bit harder to see and all that stuff. It's raining really hard. Yeah, again, it's gonna be a little bit harder to see. But overall, though, I'm like, I want people to have a good experience with my game, all right? So that's why I'm like, yeah, the day if I ever do decide to get into video game development, trust me, I'm like, I'm going to make sure of it that it's a good game, But yeah, overall though, I'm like, one of these days I should just, just be like, man, forget this. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna start developing games myself, because I'm like, there be at times I be playing games and I'm like, man, how did you guys go wrong about this? Like, it's really confusing, bro. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. I feel like I should have did more on the racing stuff, but I'm like, I can't even really think of nothing right now with racing. I'm like, I think between the two, I would rather make a shooting game, and I'm like, probably down the road, once when I sit down and have more stuff to gather up about racing, then yeah, I'll probably touch up back on that subject again, or just forget even touching up on it, just actually sit down and go through with it and stuff. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.